What's your name, department, how many years at UNC?
Oh, yeah, Ion Outterbridge, Fraternity Sorority Life. Been here in Carolina for 10 years.
Yeah. Awesome. So where do you call home?
I'm actually from Greensboro, North Carolina.
Oh, great. So how long have you been in the area?
I've been in this area since 2015.
Awesome. And were you a first generation undergrad or graduate student?
No, both of my parents went to North Carolina A&T State University.
Okay.
So I was not first generation.
What was your major in college?
I was a business undergrad major, marketing. My discipline was marketing and management.
And what was the most challenging part of your college experience?
It took me a while to get through. So I started off at A&T, and being from A&T, I got caught up. I wasn't disciplined. So the most challenging part was sitting out for 5 years and going back to finish up. So I ended up going back to Winston-Salem State, transferring to Winston-Salem State in 93, started college in 84, set out for 5 years, went back to school 93 and graduated 95.
And so if you could go back in time, what advice would you give your younger self?
To understand just because high school was very easy for me. Then we had articles, we have AP courses back in the 80s, but I took the coursework was very rigorous, and I thought college, because of that, it was going to be easy for me, and it was not. So time management was my weakness.
And is this your office right here?
Yes, come on in.
All right.
Come on in.
So can you describe how did you get into student affairs?
Sure. Ironically, I started off in higher ed in 1996 in academic affairs at East Carolina University in the Office of Undergraduate Admissions. And I went to A&T to work for a year stint in academic affairs. When I came back to East Carolina, I had been working as a volunteer or an advisor for NPHC, which is Historically Black Fraternities and Sororities. And the Vice Chancellor of Student Affairs at the time saw the work that I was doing, and they didn't have a Greek life office. So I want to say 2001, we established a Greek life office, and myself and one of my mentors, Laura Sweet, Laura recommended me for the position, and with her recommending me for the position, started in 2001 at ECU at Student Affairs.
And so what brought you to UNC-Chapel Hill?
Really, it was a decision made for my family. My wife is from Eastern North Carolina, Greenville, to be exact, and she was ready to leave. So she's an accountant, and it was just a lot of opportunities up here for her. So I moved in support of my family. And then the last thing, I saw the position come up at UNC for a coordinator. So understand, I was a director of admissions at ECU when I left ECU, worked at 2 community colleges, and then I took a major step back before my family to be a coordinator for Fraternity Sorority, and then worked myself way up from coordinator to assistant director to now director.
So can you explain what's the biggest misconception about your department?
That is a good one. I think for me, the largest misconception is that you pay for your friends. And I think it more as a student now. And even though we have over 3,500 students in our entire Greek community, we still are so much stereotyped for negativity and drinking and partying, but honestly, we do so much more.
And so can you share what makes frat and soror life so unique and special?
To me, I've been a member of my organization for 30 years now. In April will be 31 years for me. So when I did it for life. And it's just remarkable that you still have the opportunity to come back and there's a job that's dedicated to helping our younger fraternity and sorority members to understand what our organization should be about, and the leadership components, the philanthropy components, community service components. And still, we have a good time, and it's okay to do that. But just being a role model, they understand that I'm very passionate, and I want to make sure that even though we make mistakes, that we're not bringing our organizations down along with the university that we serve.
What exactly do you love about your current role?
Still being in the trenches with students, not being disconnected from students. Even though I sit on the student affairs leadership team, I still advise one of the councils, the interfraternity council, because we have a small staff, and it's just good to be able to work with these fraternity men to make sure they understand the values and principles of their organization, how we need to be a better servant to the community that we serve.
So finish a sentence. If I didn't work in student affairs, I would.
If I didn't work in student affairs, I think I would have stayed in academic affairs. Maybe at this point in my career, either director of admissions somewhere, or I'm going to take a little bit higher, director of enrollment management, meaning that admissions, public financial aid, and rest will report to me. So I'll still be in higher education. I'll just be on the other side as far as academic affairs.
And what's your favorite memory so far here at Carolina?
I'm going to have to say, in fraternity and sorority life, we have our interfraternity council and the Panhellenic Association. We have fraternity and sorority houses. Our smaller, historically Black fraternities and sororities don't have houses that's memberships are much smaller. But we did break grounds for MPAC Legacy Plaza, which is over between Salisbury North and South. And that was remarkable with the fundraising that we had to do for that. But now our students have a place they can call home, our MPAC students. And our next step is to work with IGC, the intercultural Greek students, so they can find something. I don't know if they want to do something similar to the monument, the MPAC Legacy Plaza, but we got to work with them so they can have a monument or something on campus to show everybody that they are heroes.
Oh, that's amazing. And then what's one item on your bucket list?
It's to take my wife to Italy. She has been talking about that since we've been married, 17 years. We have known Hawaii for our 10th anniversary. So, Lord bless, I'll be here for another, 3 years? And I think our next big trip will be to Italy. Hello, once again, Ion Outterbridge. I'm the Director of Fraternity Sorority Life here at UNC-Chapel Hill. Please come by and visit us. We are actually in the Union, in the annex part up on the 3rd floor, suite 3508. Doors are always open. We'd love to see you, and thank you so much.